extraordinarily funny. You think you were slick, huh? Catching me stealing memes out here.
Stealing memes.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's June.
How's it going? It's Oscar. Nice to meet you.
Well, good. Don't do that.
Why? Why are you so defensive over what I say on the mic?
Because what you're saying on the mic is going into the damn podcast.
Okay, and this is the Bizarre Vibes podcast for a reason.
You don't need to be ear raping people. ASMR.
What?
Look, you see what you're doing here.
What do I do? He's showing me the audio links. What am I doing?
See, I'm gonna have to highlight these and Oscar being a dumbass. Oscar, that's what I'm gonna have to do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, so welcome to episode 3. It's clearly been a long time coming.
Episode 301.
Well, actually, to be fair, I haven't uploaded the other 2.
So whenever he decides to upload those, hopefully you'll know that this is the 3rd episode of the Bizarre Vibes podcast. So today, lots of controversy going on in movies. Yeah,
controversies that he likes. That Oscar's been having a ball.
I like pissing people off.
He likes stirring the pot.
Whatever.
So I'm pretty sure everyone here at this point on July the 8th knows about the hashtag Not My Ariel thing. Everybody and their mom losing their shit over the idea of a black Little Mermaid. And I already expressed my thoughts on it, via the book. And I think people are just too overly sensitive about it. Oscar's braggadocious about it, though. You like
braggadocious, huh? Look, man.
You're taking here. You like this, don't you? That's what you like doing.
I don't see if you're gonna get upset about a fucking fish changing race, then yeah, I'm gonna piss you off even more because it's fun. I don't see what the issue is with a fish being a different race. But as Long Beach Griffey just said in his video, representation is now just a form of the fucking white man to just take more money from the minorities. So whatever, I guess. Fuck having Ariel as a black fish. Whatever.
She's not a fish. She's a mermaid.
She's a mythological creature that doesn't exist. She's a fucking fish in the sea that can sing and falls in love with a male at first sight. Let's not forget about that in the movie.
There's also singing crabs.
What point was that supposed to prove?
That's ridiculous, and people are arguing about it.
Oh, that is true. I mean,
you're talking about a movie where she has a pet fish or a friend fish named Flounder, and who's not even a flounder.
This man, he's paying so much attention to the TV. See, this is the shit we're talking about. People are upset about a change in race over a mythological creature, but when it comes to historical fucking movies about how Egyptians lived back in the day, they're all white as fucking bread. But there was no issue with none of that before. Hell, we had a giant argument about how, I forgot who it was, I think Alexander the Great, and when he was actually portrayed as someone not white, there was an uproar about it. So yeah, I'm going to fucking rub it in people's faces on the book about Ariel being black, because if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Stop breathing. Maybe stop being racist for once. Smell the coffee. There's better things to do out there than get angry over a fish.
Why are you staying a hole through me, though?
I'm not. I need a focal point when I speak. This man, oh my God. I don't hate you, Junie. All right? Let me stare at this watermelon that I'm gonna brine for 3 days and look into a ham. There we go. Fuck you, watermelon. But
I already expressed the point that people are making a big deal out of Ariel. Like I said in my post, I don't think either sides is worth even mentioning. The people who hate it, the people who love it, because Disney already has
the money.
Well, yeah, of course. But they have 15 to 20 films that already star minorities in the featuring role, both theatrically and straight to video.
I get it.
Nobody acknowledges those, though.
I get it, but it's just why not more? Why? There's just so many other things that are whitewashed. We had a white Goku, for God's sake.
He's not white?
He's not fucking white. Oh my God.
I thought Kakarot was a Jewish name.
Oh, man. You know what? Anyway, I just don't see what the big issue is. My issue isn't like
it's not really.
My issue isn't like, oh, okay, you have quarrels with a fish being a different race. Cool.
You keep calling her a fish.
She's a fucking fish.
She's a mermaid.
If she looks like a fish, she's a fish.
Mrs. Puff is a fish.
That's a. Almost, yeah. So listen. My thing is, if you got problems with the race, look, I'm going to reiterate Junie's point here. If you're going to judge a movie based off a fictional character's race, then you're fucking racist, and you just need to live with that fact. If the movie sucks, it sucks. Let it fucking suck. But if you're judging it just because they changed the main character to black, go fucking kill yourself. You're racist. I mean, don't. Yeah, I get it.
Do I have to put the suicide number on here?
Sure, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I don't know the number.
Let me Google it real quick.
Don't do it. You insensitive.
What better things do you have to do other than to argue about the race of a mythological creature?
I just want to be alive.
And now that we're on the point of fictional characters changing race, you remember the whole James Bond thing, right?
What?
They tried to cast Idris Elba as the black James Bond, and there was a fucking uproar about that too. And everybody on Facebook was just like, oh, he has to be English. And one person on my Facebook was like, what the fuck is English? Which he got responded to with, it means fucking anybody from Scotland or the UK, dumbass. And it's like, oh, okay, I didn't know that there was a set rules that need to be put in place. Which, either way, Idris Elba is from the UK, so how does he not fit that description?
That's what I'm about to say. There's black people.
That neither here nor again, fucking racist people, want to have qualms about who's fucking white and who's black. James Bond is not. My friend said it earlier. James Bond is not it's not an identity for one person. It's like a code name for an agent in MI6. That's what the movies are based on. That's why there's so many different Bonds. So it's just like you guys just want to keep your fucking white superiority, and get upset.
I guess their complaint is that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Get upset when the status is.
I guess the complaint is that every iteration of James Bond has always been white, or some degree of white.
I understand that,
or
but
tan.
There's also a thing called break the mold, change it up, add some flavor. Yes, that is a racist joke.
But what I also said in my post was that you, at the same time, shouldn't praise the movie
based on just the character,
just because the person's black.
I understand that. Again, if Idris Elba...
It's a black actress? Thumbs up! What if she got... I'm sure she's a great actress.
Right, but what if she bombs?
What if she can't convey the emotions of Ariel and all that?
If she bombs, it fucking bombs. And Disney should be like, wow, we should have got a better black actress.
Because there's people that are like it. There's people who will be like, black actor, black actress, I'm there.
Right.
I'm there.
Of course. That's just how the monolith of minorities go. Like, oh, there's a person of color in this movie. Like, that's,
maybe I'm just speaking like
some people will support a movie, a project, whatever the case may be, and that shouldn't be the way it is. But at the same time, when the status quo used to be like, oh, minorities as a whole got made fun of back in like 80s, like 50s, 60s, going up, whatever, people with blackface and shit. Yeah, we want to fucking change in the way we see ourselves in media. So, again, if they want to change Ariel into black, I'm all fucking for it.
That's fine.
Which, of course, if she sucks as an actress, like, okay, what was the point we were really making here? We wanted to make her black and the fucking movie sucked. So, you're just...
Yeah, and I understand that point. At the same time, it's like, which I'm sure she's going to do a wonderful job, but if she was to bomb, I'm pretty sure the minorities will let her know. Like, at least y'all should. It's like, it's okay, baby, you did it though. You're the lead star. If she did something wrong, somebody correct you. Could have done this a little bit better. It's kind of like what we talked about earlier. How not everybody can be a winner.
Right.
Somebody has to build off of something.
Yeah, of course.
Like I said, I want nothing but the best for her. I'm gonna see the movie because I think movies that are based on the water are lit, and I plan this.
Water out there.
Aquaman was lit. That's why I loved it so much. And I got no problem with the Little Mermaid. And I mentioned to you earlier the whole thing with the Lion King debacle, which apparently you didn't even know.
I didn't know.
How the original voices of the Lion King were majority white people,
except for Earl Jones.
Yeah,
which baffled me. But again, me being a 7, 8, 9-year-old, whenever the Lion King came out, I wasn't really focused on the racial issue. The conversation of race wasn't as big as it is today.
No, and granted, like, the internet was in its infancy.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Good old fucking AOL days when everybody just were on their chat rooms listening to AOL radios. Those were the good days. Oh shit! Man. Those were the good days.
Damn.
Now we got people on Facebook trying to fucking fight each other because I post a meme about a fish turning black. I mean, it's whatever.
Mermaid.
A fucking mermaid. All right, she's a mermaid. Okay. I don't care. Either way, she doesn't exist. But still, I just don't get it.
No, man.
The internet is just a vehicle for people to fucking complain about everything, which I guess is a great thing because some people have valid points, some people don't. But if you're a racist, you're never gonna have a valid point.
Oh, of course.
To say.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, that's just what the focal point is.
And when is he a YouTuber? The guy you showed?
Oh, Long Beach Griffy, yeah. He does YouTube skits and all that.
And I'm more than sure it was just parodies and all that. But the point they were making was that they want representation of the black community from Disney. What exactly do you mean? Are you talking about like you want like a movie based in Africa? Do you want a movie based in an urban city? Like which. To a degree, you get that with the Princess and the Frog, with Princess and the Frog,
being in
with Princess Tiana,
yeah,
or even and maybe it's a stretch, Oliver and Company, because that took place in New York,
right?
And they were animals, not necessarily things of race.
Now, I'm pretty sure when reputation is being brought up here, it's not just black people in a city, black people in a swamp, black people this, black people. It doesn't mean that. I mean, we need more positive imagery. Because, again, we used to come from a country where back in the 50s and 60s we had white actors in blackface with giant red lips to make fun of black people. So we want to see somebody, like Black Lightning, superhero. Clearly there aren't real superheroes, but there's the kid out there that's black who, feels uncomfortable being in his skin, watching somebody grow up or become a superhero. Somebody who feels like he can be in control of his situation in his life. Be proud of being black. Be proud of being who he is. I read a tweet of a ginger. She said the only problem, or she's not the only problem. She said the thing about them changing Ariel into a black girl was that the fact that her being ginger made me feel comfortable with who I am, and I want other little black girls to experience that same thing with her being black. That's what I mean by representation. Because black people want, not just black people, minorities in period. Like, we just want more positive representation of ourselves. There was a time where all minorities were typecasted as drug dealers, gangbangers. Like, why can't we be doctors? Why can't we be police officers? That shit's starting to happen. Why now, though? This is what I mean by more representation. White people are getting offended because we're getting fucking sick and tired of seeing the same historiological documentations being fucking white people. There are no white Egyptians. You ain't gonna tell me that shit. Jesus is not white. Suck a dick. Get over it. So, again, representation is just accurate depictions of the real races that happened during those times. It doesn't even have to be historical. It doesn't have to be accurate. But if we want a black superhero, goddammit, we want a black superhero because there's black kids out there that need somebody to look up to. That's what I mean by representation. It doesn't matter the setting. It doesn't matter what they're doing. We just need positive representation of our people because we're still minorities. Doesn't matter. We outnumber white people. Why are we still minorities? Because they control the media. They control the news. They control the lies. So this is what we mean when we say we want positive representation of minority groups.
Now, are we saying that just from and we, I guess, we could talk being Latino, me being Puerto Rican, you being Dominican,
right?
Honduran.
We need a Captain Puerto Rico, bro. But like,
because the closest we ever got from Disney to representing anywhere close to our culture was probably Coco.
That is true. That is, I mean,
that's why I said closest. Because Disney hasn't really touched Puerto Rico or Honduras or the Dominican Republic.
Else, no, not really.
So Coco was the closest thing, and Coco was a great movie.
It was a good movie. I haven't watched it.
Haven't seen it?
Don't fucking murder me. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. But
he's beautifully animated.
Yeah, but it's just like things like that. Coco's a step in the right direction. Mm-hmm. Like that's what we need. People loved Coco. All right, make some more shit. I've been looking into it because growing up, like reading comic books, watching the animated series, all that stuff. Miles Morales was a he's actually black and Hispanic and gay.
That's the
new Spider-Man,
right?
in the Into the Spider-Verse, whatever. That that was the new guy rumored to be the new Spider-Man for a while. Clearly, that's not the case.
Well, I mean, that's a step forward too.
Again,
a
step forward
because Disney owns Marvel.
Exactly. So it's just like people say how much more representation you need. Why is too much a bad thing? And in somewhere like we're just gonna separate media altogether, like movies, TVs, whatever. When the dominant people being typecasted into the leading roles, the positive roles, the superhero, we're all white. Why can we not switch that up? Why is that an issue now? So again, for you to be arguing over a fucking fish, oh I'm sorry, a mermaid. Yeah, I see you about to correct me. A mermaid being black. What's the fucking issue? When you made Julius Caesar white, when you made Jesus white, when you made so many different people outside of your racial ethnic group white, why is that an issue? I think
we even had that problem with the Avatar when they did that.
We definitely did. Again, Goku was fucking white. That movie sucked ass.
You're talking about
Goku is not white. He's Asian.
Dragon Ball Revolution or Evolution, or
whatever that shit was.
I've never seen
Dumpster Fire. Dragon Ball Dumpster Fire. Fucking garbage. So yeah, that's pretty much what I mean when I say representation. It just doesn't have to be like, kids making out of the city. Although that still counts. Like,
I mean, I wasn't trying to lowball the minority when I said in Africa or in the city, but that's why I asked what kind of representation are they looking for?
Just positive representation for people out there who don't feel comfortable not being white, who feel like they're not in a position of power, whatever the case may be. They just need role models. Even if a mermaid being black is positive for somebody to feel comfortable, a little girl to feel comfortable in her skin being black, because there's still people out there that are in the fucking sucker place who don't like their skin, who tries to bleach themselves. Look at Sammy Sosa. He's not even black. He looks like the fucking milk at the end of a fruity Pebbles bowl. Have you not seen Sammy Sosa?
I know Sammy Sosa. I'm not sure if that's the best comparison. Because I had Fruity Pebbles before I came over here. I looked at the milk.
It's not pink. Okay, my bad. The end of a bowl of Twix. I mean, still, he bleached his skin. That's self-hatred.
Okay. No, I'm not trying to soften your point.
Right. No, but still,
you threw me off a bowl of Twix.
Whatever.
What do you eat for breakfast? Oscar, a bowl of Twix.
Why would you not eat that for breakfast?
I'm just saying.
Twix ain't just for kids. I'm a duffer kid for a bowl of Twix. No, I'm just kidding.
Did I say something?
Oh, I said Twix.
Yeah.
Twix.
Why are you pondering on that? Go ahead.
Wait, I can say something?
You can say, just have to be a little bit louder.
Okay. Do I need to introduce myself already?
We have Oscar's sister Enola here.
Okay, I guess. I just want to say, I feel like something else that minorities also want is more accurate representation of their ethnic groups. Because a huge problem is that a lot of the movies that are based off of different cultures around the world are mostly written by white people. For example, this is going to sound whatever. The game company Ubisoft, the people who create the Assassin's Creed series, the way how they work is that they assign the game based on people who are actually from whatever country they're researching. Assassin's Creed 3 was based off of a man named Connor who was Native American. They use actual Native American people, people who identified as that, in order to get the most accurate representation. I know something that's going big, going trending is how media portrays people with mental illnesses specifically. Because I know since I want to be in the mental health field, I know something that's a lot of people are calling out media for is especially how they portray teenagers who are suffering from depression. Because they always make them seem oh no, I don't want to go to therapy because they're just gonna use me as this little guinea pig. Because a lot of the writers have no experience in mental health fields, like they don't have personal experience, or they just don't ask people who have experience in that. And the same goes for minority groups. Like what my brother was saying earlier, because he's surprisingly smart. You know, a lot of these producers, a lot of these creators of shows, they like to cast up people based on stereotypes that they grew up with. Like, for example, like if a show was filmed in New York, like, and they specifically wanted to focus on violence, they'll most likely put it in the Bronx, where there's a lot of Hispanic gangs, and they'll cast up all these Hispanic people as these gang members, blah, 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 because those are all the stereotypes that they believed in. I had another point, but I forgot. So, yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right.
Word.
Thank you. Now, bowl of Twix, huh? So, okay. And the other point was that, like, when I made my post on Facebook, and you had read it, was my friend, she responded that she felt as though, I guess she felt somehow Ariel being changed, because she identifies as a ginger, a redhead.
Right.
But
yeah, I remember seeing that.
I don't think, I mean, there's a difference between a hair color and a skin color. But she feels her argument was that when she saw Ariel, she felt like, and I think you already made this point, that there's not a lot of redheads represented in Disney. And she said that she felt that Ariel made her feel special, not ashamed of her long hair. And the point I made to her was, well, you know, Brave, Merida, is a redhead. And she said, well, yeah, but Merida's hair is curly.
What?
Yeah, her
At that point, it's not about you being a ginger. Then it's about your hair texture. It sounds like you have a lot more internal issues than just. What does that have to do with anything? She's still a redheaded ginger like yourself. So why can't you associate with? You can't associate with somebody because of the way their hair. What? That makes no sense.
I don't know. And then
see, this is the thing. This is even beyond people being upset about a mermaid being black. Like, even if you solve one issue, there's going to be another one. Somebody's just going to want something to bitch about. That's the issue with the internet. So it's just like pick your battles.
And she's a nice person. I'm not going to mention her name for the sake of her privacy.
Right, of course.
But it's just like she didn't. I don't think she. I don't know. I'm not trying to say nothing. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not trying to sound mean spirited.
I understand it.
But a lot of the stuff she said just didn't make sense to me.
Right. Not very. Not.
Because as far as Disney characters go, I named Merida, who's a redhead. I named
you
Kim Possible.
You had a list. You had quite the list.
Kim Possible, who's a redhead, who's a main character. And then outside of Disney, you saw on my list.
Right.
Eliza Thornberry from Wild Thornberries.
Yeah.
Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls.
No, that's true.
Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory.
Right.
I'm not even sure if you want to consider this an admirable person, but Lois from Family Guy.
Right.
She's a terrible mother, but she's a redhead. So it's not like there's not representations for the redhead.
Everybody.
And the thing is, she's Spanish.
Right.
She's not even she's not Irish or anything like that. So it's, I don't know. Like, it's like you said, people are always going to find something to complain about. If that's the case, Disney, where's the representation for fat people?
Period.
True.
Where's the love stories with fat people?
True.
Where's the love stories for the short and stout? I'm basically asking a movie for myself.
Yo, Pixar's with Disney, right?
I believe so. Pixar did Toy Story.
They did Toy Story, right? Yeah. Pixar likes them dumb thick though. Yeah, this is like a comedic break. Yo, have you seen the women like look at Mrs. Elastic? Have you seen that meme? It's like
Elastic girl. Yeah. Right.
But still, like, it's just like isn't Mrs. Elastic a redhead too?
When I was looking at the list for fictional redheads, she came up. But I'm like, I thought she was more of a brown hair, but apparently she's a redhead.
Probably, maybe. I don't know. But still,
Jessica Rabbit was another one from Roger Rabbit.
You know, the main issue is we want more representation.
George Jetson. I'm sorry.
He is. Yeah, it is true. No.
George Jetson is a redhead.
Oh. You know who I'm thinking of? Fred Flintstone, Wilma.
Wilma.
Also a redhead.
Yeah, Wilma.
But anyway, besides the point.
Wilma's boring.
Wow. But still, like, besides the point, like, these are all baby steps, and you know, with any drastic change, clearly there's going to be backlash. I mean, how many Hulks did we go through? How many Spider-Mans did we go through before we found Tom Holland, which, by the way, has one movie left apparently in his contract? This is going to be interesting.
For the Hulk?
For the Spider-Man.
I don't keep up with this stuff.
True.
I'm sorry.
But it's just, you know, we just want more representation. That's just it. These are all baby steps. The racists are just going to be like full force with a fucking fish, apparently. So, you know, this is just more of what we're going to have to expect.
Mermaid. Go ahead.
Okay. But social media has kind of been bringing more representation. But, like, not really in the way that we think, though. Like, there was this guy, he's black, and for Juneteenth, how do you say it? June 19th, he drew this, like, the Google thing, like, he drew it with, like, two black hands, and, like, the chains were being broken apart, and it spelled out Google, and Google saw it, and because of that, they offered him a job, and I applauded him, because I feel as though, like, yeah, social media is a thing that most racist people use to complain, but, like, I feel as though us as minorities, we have the upper hand because we're able to use it as a way to, like, become the things that we want to do. Because, like we all know, like, the education system is not exactly a guarantee anymore that you'll be able to do what you want in life. But I've seen multiple instances. Like, there was this other girl. She went to some university. She's, like, this tall, beautiful black woman. And they took pictures of her when they were, like, at a rally or some crap. And because of those pictures, because they went viral, she got signed to a modeling agency. And that's what she wanted to do. And it's like, I just feel as though we're low-key turning social media into a way to, like, not only voice our opinions, but to actually turn them into actions that can benefit us in the long run. So yeah, that's just my tea. Okay.
This is motherfucking tea. Also, me took that bitch's phone away. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Why you gonna take that? She's like, this is the motherfucking tea.
Anyway, it's.
I think people just got oversensitive because I guess Ariel is iconic. That could be it. I'm not saying that is.
Agreed, I guess. But, like,
because that's like taking. Again, I mentioned this in my Facebook post. That's like taking someone as legendary as Forrest Gump,
right,
redoing it,
right, making him black,
Yeah.
So
people are going to lose their shit.
Yeah, no, they're definitely. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And somebody else also made a point though, like, if these are all just fictional. I mean, I forgot. I can't. I don't want to mess up the point, but they said, like, if they took Mulan, whose movie was based on their culture,
yep,
and completely flipped it, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Mm-hmm. So again, Forrest Gump isn't a real person. It's not really based on culture. So if they made him black, you know, it'd be like, I would be like, why? But still, it's like, okay, I guess.
Which was just my initial question with Ariel was why.
Why? I completely understand.
I wasn't angry. I was just like,
why?
Because everyone was talking about a live action Little Mermaid for years, and I'm like, that sounds cool because again, underwater.
Right.
So I'm just like,
water, I'm there.
So then everyone like had their speculations of who was going to be Ariel. I think one of them was Zendaya. Was her name?
Zendaya.
That was one of the people that they thought about casting. So I'm like, oh, I can kind of see it.
Right.
And then one rumor was Ariana Grande.
No.
Because of her skinny frame and her red hair. And then, you know, maybe 2 weeks ago when I see this young lady, Halle Bailey.
Halle and Bailey, their sisters, their singing group, Beyonce found.
I've seen that.
So I know that she's not going to fail.
My initial reaction was just like,
backing.
It was just like, And I know they can't see my face, but it was just like, oh, that's a little different.
A visual confusion.
There you go. Because before they announced Ariel, they announced that they were interested in booking Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. Which I think she could play that role pretty
she
well.
could definitely play it role, which she was interested in
Melissa
as well.
McCarthy.
She responded on Twitter. She was interested as well.
And she's a fantastic actress, by the way. She really,
She represents
the thickness. And some people say, okay, well, if not Melissa McCarthy, Queen Latifah.
Ooh, that would be good.
So again, Ursula is purple.
The queen, yeah, true.
So
That's true.
Ursula could be either
Yeah, she
or.
could be either. That's a fact.
So it's just weird, man. I don't. It's just like, you know, when people get angry when there's a bad bad casting decision.
No, that's
This is not one of those cases.
This is not at all one of those cases. No.
Again, I think it's just a bunch.
Which, to the point you made, like you said, why isn't people getting upset about Lion King being all black? Which I didn't even know they were. I didn't know John Earl Jones was literally the only white black. I mean, the only black actor in the original one.
Well, yeah, Mufasa and also Whoopi Goldberg.
And these are all big names too. So just like you point out earlier, is it because they're big names because they're already established? Like my friend pointed out, Will Smith being a genie didn't get no racial backlash for that either.
Because he's blue.
I guess that makes sense. I don't know.
I heard backlash.
I think they just didn't like his design, his overall design.
Well, yeah, that was all the backlash I read. Was like, yo, that's gonna be trash. Why would you make a real life?
I just didn't really like the hair. It was kind of it was just weird. In the movie, he said it was his cherry on top.
Right.
Like, spoilers? No, spoilers.
People went.
But
right.
It's characters like that. I guess people are not going to worry about. Like if Disney, supposedly Disney are now in the talks of a live action Nightmare Before Christmas.
That would be lit.
How are they going to pull that?
That's the question. Because that's why it's just in the talks.
This is why anime fans hate whenever there's an announcement of a live action. That Death Note, I knew I did not need to watch it because I already knew it was going to bomb.
I seen it's on Netflix. I seen just
trash.
the trailer.
Garbage.
It's like
trash.
And I never seen the anime.
I've never seen it. I've watched a couple episodes, but I can't call myself a fan either. But still, I knew once the history of any live adaptation of anything is usually trash.
Yeah.
When it comes to anime, let me just clarify myself there.
Well, yeah, because Disney's saving their own asses because they're just remaking their own stuff.
I mean, that's also true. Which again, I agree with Long Beach Griffey in his video that he made. Like, they're just using representation to capitalize on black people wanting more representation of their own group. Which again is bullshit. Because yes, he is completely right. Why don't we just make a completely new character and just say fuck this fish? Mermaid. I don't care. I'm calling her a fish. It's a fish. She don't exist. It's a mythological creature.
She don't have gills.
Whatever, dude. Here we go. You're just like those white people trying to scientifically prove mermaids are white.
Oh no, I seen that. That's weird.
Yeah.
Because there's no.
They don't have you.
There's no melatonin in the water. But it's different when it's anime though, because everyone's usually more than sure some kind of Asian's gonna be casted, or not a white person. Like, what was that movie? That last anime. Oh my god.
The last time I can remember was Death Note.
No, that was theatrical, and that the woman was the leading role, but they casted a white woman as her.
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the
Scarlett Johansson.
I was excited for that.
I guess, yeah. I mean,
but then when I seen they casted Scarlett, it was just like,
right, exactly. Which again, I on that post I made was like, oh well, what's the problem with her being white? Like, she's fucking Asian, and they responded with like, oh, Asians don't care that she's white. Like, okay, that's cool. Asians can totally have that stolen from me. We fucking nuke them. They don't give a shit what we do. They don't want to get nuked again.
Oof.
Asians don't care. They don't want problems. They don't want. Leave them alone.
I'm
gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know.
2% of our audience. We just.
I'm gonna let you know that. Oh, they're whitewashed. So what, dude? They're white. Like, okay, that's cool for you as a white person to fucking say. Good for you. Nobody cares.
You know what would be the weirdest way they could retaliate?
Before you say that, I just need to say I love Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, she's a fine actress.
I love her.
She's a fine actress.
Her in that skin tight suit, like really, I'm not gonna argue it. But for the sake of representation, no, she's white. You couldn't find another bad Asian chick. I don't know any off the top of my head.
The lady from
So
what is that movie called? Kill Bill. The lady from Kill Bill.
oh, that's see, look at that. There you go. But as you were saying,
If they make a live action Boondocks and make them white.
oh my
I
god!
would cry.
Listen, no, listen. I don't know how to feel about that, but the two Ed and his friend with the USA bandana that are voiced by Samuel Jackson and Eddie Murphy. Oh, how are we gonna do that? Oh no, rest in peace, Eddie Murphy.
Wait,
We
what?
can't do that. What do you mean? What? Oh no, not Eddie Murphy. What's his brother? Fuck.
Charlie
No,
Murphy.
Charlie Murphy. Wow.
Jesus,
Wow.
man.
Yeah. Thank God you ain't post none of these yet.
I'm gonna leave that right in there.
Good, but you ain't post none of them yet. I'm sorry.
Oscar's
Eddie
here sucking farts out of
Charlie.
asses. Why are you so aggressive, son?
You better post those fucking clips, or else they won't know a damn thing what you're talking about. You better give me. I'll post them. Shit.
You gonna have to post them because they're not gonna understand the context because we didn't
They
have the
don't
whole
need to.
conversation.
That's the point of what I was saying. They're gonna be like, "What? Why is he aggressively saying?" They're gonna ask the same question you're asking. Whose ass wound them up like that? That was the hardest I've laughed in a long time.
Just
You know what got me about what you said there?
What?
The look in your eyes was you were literally a concerned father. Like that's what killed me. You looked at me like, what is it? It's like you're just like, who's asking you?
All right, so real quick, we were basically talking about the birds and the bees. What did it mean? But even prior to that, Oscar was like, I guess you were
When we were testing the equipment,
referencing a
video that was sent to me by a friend, yeah,
and he showed me, and apparently this guy's obsessed with eating ass.
Or something. I don't even know what the context is. I gotta ask him.
And Oscar just like out of everything the man said, Oscar decided to test the mic by saying, "I'm gonna suck a fart out of your ass." And then he proceeded to ask me if my son was to do that or to say something like that. I told him, well, if my son's 5 years old saying that, I'm gonna smack him in the mouth because he don't need to be saying that wild shit.
Why is your 5-year-old saying it so aggressively though?
Then you ask, okay, what if he's 13 or 15 years old? I'm gonna be concerned at the fact that some woman's ass has got my son so wound up that he feels the need to suck the gas, the shit, and everything else out of her, man.
Yo, he's a lover, not a fighter, okay?
It was just like
He's fighting the urge not to suck a fart out there.
because I mean,
whose ass got you that wound up?
because we're in a time where people are like carelessly eat ass or they announce they eat ass, but you like,
oh my god.
I don't know, that'd be an uncomfortable conversation to have with my son.
Yo, if my son was walking around like I'm gonna suck a fucking fart out your yo, I'm gonna be so lost. I'm just gonna be in the living room like, I'm gonna be afraid for my life. Honestly, like, why are you so aggressive at 13? Like, who did you? What ass wound you? That's the same question I'd probably ask now. Like, yo, whose ass wound you up?
Why I thought you were gonna say you'd be so proud of him. For some reason, I thought that was what he was gonna say. He's just walking by you. I'm gonna suck the ass. I'm gonna suck ass so hard, and you're just gonna be there nodding in approval. That's my son. That's my son. You see him? You see that 13-year-old boy? He eats ass. He got that from his daddy. Look, this long ass bar is your laugh. It passed, but it was this long blue bar.
Shit. You damn right I'm gonna be proud of my son. My son, if my son is so wound up by an ass, he wants to suck the fucking fart out of it.
He's a loyal man.
I just hope he brushes his teeth, that's all.
I'll teach him.
Son,
we floss in this house.
I'm not going to teach you a lot, but I am going to teach you 3 things. How to brush your teeth, how to shave,
Exactly.
and if you ask me if it's necessary, I'm going to show you how to suck ass. Don't tell your mother.
Oh my god.
That's horrible. And apparently that was like to replace the stork.
What? Sucking a fart out of someone?
No, the birds and the bees.
No. The article said that the birds and the
Jesus.
bees.
Where do babies come from? Sucking ass, son. Now go back to bed. Unbelievable.
The article said that the birds and the bees was used for its imagery to portray sex in a kid-friendly way. But the stork thing was a much more simpler way of just saying, yeah, a stork delivered you. Which I've heard multiple times, more than the birds and the bees.
Your mom told you that?
No.
Oh.
God knows what my mother said, yo. She could have told us that she's a savage.
Did you ever have that talk with
No.
you?
No. No.
I never had that talk either.
That's what I'm saying. We're minorities. We figured this out on our own. We're strong, independent people.
How'd you find out about sex?
No, I'm not going to lie. Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
Excuse me?
Yo, when it came point to sex ed, I was still in Jersey, and I had a friend named Raul, and this was back in the time where elementary schools had one teacher for multiple subjects. Like if you had to switch to a subject they didn't know or whatever, you would go to a different teacher, and vice versa or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So I guess our science teacher was also teaching sex ed. So we were in that classroom for like 3 hours.
Two birds with one stone.
Exactly. But my friend Raul, God, I don't know how we weren't even that. Of course, we're minorities, so we're fed like hormones and shit in the food, so we all look older than we normally should. So Raul, looked like a fucking 19-year-old Russian kid who probably sold drugs. He said it multiple times in class, but or at least that's what I heard after I left. But anyway, he would always like hit on the teacher, like blatantly. The teacher would turn around like, Raul, are you looking at the board? Or are you looking at my ass? Your ass, miss. Like just bold, like they don't give a shit. And I'm like, yeah. We don't need this. I was like, we don't need this class.
Yeah.
Don't give that. It wasn't. Whatever. I don't even care. I'm not explaining myself.
Well, how did he pass his classes?
I don't know. I don't know. Again, I heard after I left he started selling drugs for real. So I don't know.
So that's so odd. It's just okay. No, because and we really deviated from. Maybe that's a good thing.
It is. I was done with that topic anyway.
The whole the stork thing was just so bizarre to me. Like, do your parents have sex and then they send a message to the bird? Oh, the Hernandez family just got busy.
No, you know what the story's gonna be nowadays? Like, we went online, went to Amazon.com. There was the baby section. We just click and ordered you. It's just gonna be. We're gonna be computers at one point.
We custom ordered you.
I know a lot of ladies wish that. Women are just like, I want a baby with this and this and that, and you better not have your unibrow and this and that. I'm like, what? Excuse me? You actually no, but for real though, I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that you can actually genetically form your baby, like actually pick out the features and all this. Probably somebody on a crack pipe that told me this. I'm not sure. I don't remember who I heard it from, but they said that you can genetically make a baby.
Like a customizable character in a video game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
It's because if you're a woman, they can genetically alter the sperm and shit like that, like the DNA, and then insert it in your egg.
That's horrible.
Imagine that.
No, I don't wanna.
We're not that far from super soldiers.
I don't care about the soldiers. I don't want you modifying my seed.
Why not? Take so much offense to that.
No, because if it's me and her, I want the baby. I want it to be a roll of the dice.
Yo, I want my baby to come out with a 6-pack.
I'm sticking fart out of your ass. Is that what you want?
That's my boy right there. That's my boy. Yeah, come here, baby. I'm gonna have fun with you. Yo, if my kid ain't funny,
I'm gonna have fun with you. You know? Hey, ladies, you want to oversee what my kid can do?
I'm gonna suck a foot at your ass. Oh my god! Whose ass smell do you want so much? Yo.
Oh my.
Oh my god. But if my kid ain't funny, I'm gonna be upset as a parent. I'm not gonna be fake laughing in my house for 18 years.
Well, that's a roll of the dice. I got my sense of humor from my dad. Granted, my sense of humor is way off from his, but I got it from him. My anger comes
you
from my
made it
mother.
your own, right? But see, like, I read a meme. It was like, damn, how much child trauma is the right amount to make him funny? Oh Jesus!
I'm gonna have to edit that because I got a phone call. So, yeah, what were you saying?
He's telling someone he's gonna suck a fart on day.
Can you stop that?
My bad.
Like, if that's what you do with your partner, that's fine. Like, you do you.
Right.
I'm talking to you.
Oh.
Just don't put your lips up. Well, that's your mic. Yeah, I guess you can put your lips as close as you want to.
Yeah. Anyway.
Freaking weirdo.
Oh man, how long are we going?
We're now reaching the 45-minute mark. It's I'm thrown off. Anyway, so out. What I did want to talk about something else though. Shit.
This is what we're still new. Please don't hate us. That's a lot of dead air.
I think it like in kind of in regards to what we was talking about earlier with Ariel and race and all that, but with music. And I forgot.
Oh boy. Oh no.
I forgot. You know what? No, I'm gonna leave that one alone.
I was about to say that's a whole can of worms right there.
It's a whole other episode. But let's get back to the sex conversation,
Oh god.
or at least the ass sucking part.
Why are you so? What ass got you wound up so much?
Alicia Keys.
Fair enough.
Now
Would you like for me to hit up Alicia Keys?
you have a number.
Maybe.
She ain't gonna come over here. She ain't gonna come.
She's singing in the song one time, I think, maybe.
But what was I gonna say? No. When we're talking about the birds and the bees, how it's supposed to be a cute illustration for children.
Right.
I wonder why nobody like Sesame Street ever touched on that.
I think that would be a little risque for a person who counts numbers, and then the person who tells us the letter of the day to be like, "So hey kids, sex," and then just
Why
like go into.
Why would the count be the one? Hey, one cheek, two cheeks.
Yo, keep that up. Somebody in the South's gonna make that a fucking party song.
One cheeks.
Yeah. Keep playing. Juicy J's already writing a verse.
Look, it's weird because kids supposedly don't learn this until they're older. We know that's bullshit.
We have the internet. They're probably I got caught in a public library one time.
Doing what?
On Newgrounds,
Okay,
on the adult games,
sure.
the Alien Hamid.
What are you doing? That
What?
I don't care if you.
I wasn't spanking it in the bed. The public library had computers lined up. And you know what? Matter of fact, I don't even think I did it on my own free will, if I remember. I must have. I had to have.
Someone had a
no,
gun for you?
listen, I did it, got caught, and then everybody around me at that computer lab section was like, yo, bro, do it again, and they were all hyping me up, and I did it again, and I got kicked out. And I was like, yeah, fuck you, free my boy. I was that boy. I was saying free myself. But still, you learn young. The internet is here. It's faster. It's better. It's HD.
Why are you so?
I'm gonna suck a fart at your fucking.
Why are you so aggressive?
It's a video, and I find it funny.
Is this how Pornhub raises their children?
Yes.
Okay, you was gonna say something.
Like, all I saw was his tongue grinding against his teeth.
My tongue grinding against my teeth.
You were excited.
I get excited.
You know, when I was in middle school, somebody hacked into my account. We were
Hold on. Wait. This is wilder than me saying suck that ass. One account got hacked. You gave us no information. I was in middle school. My account got hacked. What account do you have?
In computer class.
But what account did you have in middle school that got hacked?
This
is important.
We each had accounts that allowed us to go in and play games.
Oh, okay.
Play games.
Right. Okay. You threw me. I was like, you had a Pornhub account, and they no, because you just gave no information. Okay, so the school login account you had for the computer lab got hacked,
right?
And somebody, I'm assuming, put up wallpapers of nudies.
No, someone without shame, looked into porn sites.
Okay.
And apparently, my math teacher felt the need.
Oh, called you out.
No, felt the need to address it in front of everybody.
Oh, damn.
It's like, well, it came to my attention that one of you, I'm not going to say who,
What she said?
logged into your account and looked up sexy Santas. First of all, Santa Claus is not sex. This is what she said. Santa Claus is not sexy.
Santa Claus ain't shit.
We don't ever want him to be. Those were her words.
Well, first off, she didn't know about Rule 34 at the time.
There was no Rule 34 at the time.
Not yet. But it was there. It was building up to it.
And
Look, all I'm going to say is, if there were sexy Santas back in the day, there was Rule 34. We just didn't coin it yet. Who's looking up sexy Santas? I agree with her.
Whoever was hacked my account.
Yo,
whoever didn't like
how
me.
did they hack your account?
I guess they...
This is wild. Like, what? Y'all in elementary school. Who's hacking accounts?
A private elementary school. These are smart kids.
What are these, white kids? Like,
honestly, we only had like maybe 4 or 5 white kids. Everybody else was like Spanish or Asian.
yo, who's hacking accounts in elementary school? Y'all like Asian.
I don't know, but whoever hacked my account decided to, instead of using it to do whatever, I'm going to look at sexy Santas.
I've got a crazy craving for sexy Santas, but wait, I don't want to use my account.
They're going to think
Freddie.
Will is going to be the one.
You freak, Will.
They think Will's so innocent.
That's what it was. He just wanted to tarnish you. Yo, that's an assassination of character. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know what you do now. Maybe you like sexy Santas now. But back in the day, I'm pretty sure that was an assassination of character.
You mean a defamation?
Assassination, defamation, same shit.
And apparently,
got murdered.
Now she believed me when I told her it wasn't me.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Someone decided to do it again. And this time...
So, hold on. How did she know it was your account that logged in? Was she like the moderator?
Yeah.
And she can see who logged in?
Yeah.
So, can't she see what computers? Because I'm pretty sure you were able to see what computers.
Yeah, we were assigned certain computers.
So somebody was sitting in your assigned seat. How?
I don't know how.
Still at large? Like,
yeah,
like 14 years later, culprit's still at large?
I hope not. I hope he or she turned around and changed their life around.
I don't know, Judy.
Well, no, what made it was that they went from sexy Santas.
Yo, this is. I'm sorry. Hold that thought. This could be the same person that made you download that link on LimeWire that sent you to the CP stuff. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm glad you acronymed it.
Oh.
It went from sexy Santa Claus to shit eaters.
What? The second time? Yo, who did you piss off? Yo, whose ass did you wind up so much?
It doesn't work in this context.
Oh, yeah? You wound up somebody's ass. They wanted to... Shit eaters? What is this person's problem?
I don't know.
What did you do?
I didn't do shit.
Did you drink the juice box? Y'all in elementary school, Judy. Who else was at computers? Y'all like 9.
This is like 6th, 7th grade, man. I don't know.
This is like your 18th day out the womb, bro. Y'all know how to hack computers?
I don't know, Oscar. I was shook when she told me. And it's a Catholic school I was in, so it's just like Sister Jane is like looking down on me. Well, Fred, I'm so disappointed in you. I'm like, I didn't do nothing.
Oh no.
I'm more than sure I was crying because she said I'm gonna have to tell your parents.
Right.
I'm like,
because you were only out the womb for 20 days, right? Oh.
And I'm just
did
like,
your parents believe it?
I don't think
Yo,
so.
Who did you piss off? Like,
I don't know, but I want to know what's wrong with them. They're looking up shit eaters. Because it was literally people eating shit.
How old would you say you guys were?
This is 6th, 7th grade, so maybe I don't.
Yo, AOL was out at this time. So imagine the internet now, how easy it is to find porn. Or just look up shit eaters.
Tumblr.
Tumblr got shut down for all that shit. Hector was upset about that. Probably not because of, I don't know, maybe because of, I don't know. He was like, Tumblr's ruined. I'm like, alright, okay. There's still porn though. Yo, who did you piss?
I don't know, man.
Yo, somebody just didn't want to be there, and you were just the unfortunate target. I guarantee it. That's crazy.
You know, that reminds me too of one time in Edison, when I was in high school. people knew at this point that I'm the Christian guy. I'm trying to keep a decent character.
Right.
And there was this one kid, and I forgot his name. He did not like the teacher for nothing.
Oh damn.
For nothing.
Damn.
And so while everyone's like head down, like doing whatever we're doing,
he was messing with the teacher.
This dude freaking a textbook at her.
At the teacher?
At the teacher.
It was a female?
Yeah.
What is his problem? She didn't want to
his,
give him
his
no
dad.
ass.
His dad didn't love him or something. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Damn, that's crazy.
I guess
but usually if you're a bully and you don't get no love at school, you bully
he
students.
wasn't a bully. He was just angry towards her. Like he didn't want to be there.
He wanted some
so
ass.
He just
give it up. Nah, that's
not hers.
Oh damn. Oh, never mind.
And she was lucky because it just landed right in front of her. And he's like, they hiding behind. I remember just like, and apparently somebody told her about it, like who it was, and he came to me, and he said,
he thought you snitched?
Somebody said, "Oh, they think it was you. Oh, because you're a Christian, you trying to live right and all that." I'm like, I ain't say nothing, dude. Like,
he came up to you that way? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because he believed.
At least he didn't like come out swinging immediately. No, that's crazy.
No,
he was
it's not like
a rational bully. A rational bully.
I think he just ended up leaving into another school, but it was just like, it was like my first year in school, and it was just like so odd that I was targeted.
Your first year in public school, right? Yeah.
It was like, I was like, you're talking to me because of my faith,
right?
Like I'm not even like all into at this point in my life.
You're not rocking crosses everywhere.
Yeah,
and you don't got Bible verses on the sleeves of your shirt.
Like at this point in my life, I wasn't even like that deep into the faith. I was trying. And the fact that I expressed that, like, yeah, I'm trying to get right with God and blah, blah, blah. You coming up to me thinking that I snitched on you.
Right. God said snitches.
Me snitching on you has nothing to do with my faith.
Your faith, right. Nah,
I'm not going to snitch on you. So it took me a while to calm the situation. Like, he's like, okay, all right. I'm just like, who the hell's doing that to me? First the damn sexy Santas.
Right. And shit is. Damn, the devil was working against you.
It was just odd, man.
Damn, the devil was working against you. But praise be to the All High that you made it out of there alive. Whoa, hold on. Before I start making more shit, fucking joke. Your first year in public school, where was it? Was that Edison?
It was Edison.
Oh damn, yeah,
because I graduated.
Yeah, you was like a missionary back in Africa when there were still war crimes and shit. That's crazy. You were. Damn.
All I remember was just like,
you are devout.
Just trying to live life.
Right.
Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In the cafeteria.
Right. Watching wrestling. Yo, that dude's a snitch over there. That's crazy.
I might have ended up like Eugene. I don't know.
I don't remember Eugene.
Eugene, the story I told you earlier.
He was the one who tried to wrestle someone. Wait, was this the one with the lip or the one that actually like...
The one that got the
very first
head.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you might have ended up... Were you really about to wrestle someone throwing punches at you? I think you would.
Me?
Yeah.
No!
Yeah, I think you would try to wrestle somebody.
No, the closest I've ever gone to a fight in school was in middle school, the private school.
Oh, damn.
And
you found the person?
It was... No. It was
you never know.
It was a tall kid.
Oh,
and,
damn. Them lanky-ass motherfuckers, they got it, man.
And I just remember, all right, Juniors, now or never. And
it's wild because that's how it is. It's just like fight or flight. It's like, now or never, bro. Fight!
So he got himself into a position.
He got you cornered. He had you cornered.
He got himself into a position where I was able to get him into a legitimate sleeper hold.
I'm dead.
And Oscar, I squeezed so damn hard. Mind you, I don't know how to fight at this age.
Good thing.
So I'm just like, I'm thinking wrestling moves. Like, how does the $1 Million Man do it?
I told you. I do it. I told you.
Yeah, but I'm not doing what Eugene did. Eugene was like trying to throw haymakers and shit.
I'm dead.
Wrestling haymakers. I went for this guy's neck, and I knew I was doing it right because his face was turning red.
Right. There you go.
And he said, "We'll get off him."
Got his tall ass.
No.
Right. Got his tall ass. Got him.
Thankfully, I never got in trouble because my parents understood.
Got him.
He ended up going to another school.
Damn, boy, you all that tall for no reason?
And I think that was like the only legitimate fight I won.
Right. I won. I like how you put that one in. I won. All right.
What's your record, Will? 1-0. Won by submission. I'm retired now. I retired undefeated.
Mm.
You never fought in school?
Almost. I think public school number 8 was a pretty bad school.
This is
We never got into fights inside of school, but at the same time, outside of school, nothing ever happened. I've had like kids coming up to me and shit, especially this one retard, Ariel. I don't know his last name, but like he had like he like you said probably issues at home, and I could tell. And the only reason I knew this was because like before I left, like I saw his dad like beating the shit at him one time. I was like, oh, that's why you a dickhead. But he was doing the same. He was messing with me, and I remember one time I approached him. I was like, yo, you got an issue, right? Let's do something. And he was like, give me a little pussy push. You know? He was like, I did something. After that, the teacher walked in. We was in class, too, so nothing ever happened that day. But I haven't really gotten into much fights. Most of everything was just verbal roasting. Like, but even then, like, if you bid at somebody, they left you alone. You wasn't taking no shit. I didn't really get into much fights. The only fights I've gotten was, like, with friends and we were boxing. That's pretty much it. Never really into much fights. I've gotten jumped before, but...
I think you told me that.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't fight somebody that's jumping you.
Yeah.
You just try to survive. So.
I don't think I got roasted much in Edison. The one I always
You
remember...
never got roasted much in Edison?
No, because I think I was cool with, like, most people.
Yeah. The important ones.
But then, there's those people who would just have that itch to make fun of the fat guy.
Right.
So it's like I dealt with them, and then...
Oh, yeah.
I remember one time, it was in math class. Stop looking at my leg. Were you looking at my leg?
I'm dead. Why should I take your leg?
No, because
Whatever.
I'll explain that another time. It was Mr. Rajewski's class, and Mr. Rajewski
Mr. Rajewski.
was a science math teacher.
Science and math.
And I remember one time, everybody was like roasting each other by calling each other Pokemon names.
Oh, no, they called you Snorlax.
Yeah, I was called Snorlax, and then Carlos
Be creative, bro.
called my friend Joseph Squirtle.
Oh, and this is when y'all called that dude Gengar?
Yeah, Robert, the blackest guy in the classroom,
Fucking racist.
said, "You better shut up with your Gengar-looking ass." And Rob was just like, not trying to let it hurt him, but you can tell that one stung him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like, all you can call me is Snorlax. There's plenty of things that y'all can be called.
Right. Yeah, that's
So
true.
you with your Kangaskhan-looking ass.
I'm dead.
What about you looking like Magmar?
That's true.
I think one time I called your brother Magby because of when he had his afro, and Magby has that little puff on his head.
You know, there was a fat kid named Omar in my class, but like, I don't know, maybe it was like a defense mechanism for him from like, because at this point we were like in 7th grade or whatever, so he probably got roasted all 6 other grades. So like, he would be the one roasting people first, just talking shit. So that's when I'm dead. Oh my god.
Just showed him a picture of Magby.
I'm dead. But like, yo, I mean, like, if you're fat and you're in elementary school, like, you gotta roast to live, like, or else people just gonna fuck with you all day. Yo, when we moved to Philly and I came into Roberto Clemente 8th grade, I was like, yo, I'm about to die. I was like, yo, they gonna murder me. These motherfuckers is crazy. Like I told you earlier, I was coming in here 8th grade, I'm like, y'all learning about volcanoes now? What the fuck is this savagery? Like, I want to be the kid, like, y'all don't know about volcanoes? Like, they gonna fuck with me. They gonna murder me. I was like, oh, nah, man. Look, I'm as dumb as y'all, bro. I don't know what y'all doing. I'm just cool with everybody. Yo, y'all Philly kids, man. Fucking Jesus, y'all are...
Not me, because I kept to myself. I never wanted to bother nobody.
Right.
It was again, people who have the incessant need to make fun of you. I guess it's like to feel superior. I don't know.
Issues at home and shit.
John Allen is. Don't trust people with 2 first names. That's what my teacher told me.
That was some wise wisdom right there.
No, John Allen used to always mess with Mr. Rajewski.
John Allen. That's a wild ass name.
And I felt bad for Mr.
He sounds like one of the founding patriots. John Allen.
And I remember one time, John's the type of kid that he would make fun of even the most minor thing about you. And I guess because it was the way he said it,
right? It
was funny to everybody. Because one time,
boy, shut up with your two front teeth.
Kind of. No, the one time, the room was cold.
Okay, like literally,
like it was cold in the room.
Okay.
So everyone was taking their test, and John Allen out of nowhere.
You gotta say,
"Hey, Mister, why your nipples so damn hard?" And Rachevsky was so mad. He's like, "John, get out the class."
What Rachevsky saw like the retired police officer. Yeah, I'm tired of this shit, John. Get out my.
And he's trying to keep a straight face because there were so many people laughing. He's like, "Why is that funny?"
Was his nipples hard though?
They were. Because the room, which is why I said the room was cold.
Damn, they must have been cutting the fabric, bro.
Like my thing, John, but why are you so focused on the teacher's chest, man?
Why are you looking at his nipples, dog?
It was. I felt so bad for him.
Who, the teacher?
Yeah, the teacher. Because he's just trying to do his job.
Yo, you ever think like a teacher? Oh shit, yo! If the teacher had their way, they would be socking kids. Why your nipples hard, bitch?
You gotta remember, back in the day, the teachers were allowed to like.
Yeah, with rulers and shit.
Yeah,
but I don't think they were ever allowed to do it. I think that was only Catholic schools, like Catholics, high schools and elementary and shit. Other than that, the parents had to come in.
I'm trying to remember if I ever got hit by the ruler. I don't think I ever did.
That shit sounds like it hurts.
They got those old wood rulers, man, splinters and
thick
shit.
ass ones. 3 C's.
3 C's.
There was this one time in middle school, there was this one math class, they roasted the teacher so hard she had a heart attack.
Oh, shit. Seriously? This is what I'm talking about. These fucking kids. Yo, y'all Philly kids are savages.
When she came back, her voice was like an octave higher because of the heart attack.
Oh, no. She's still laughing.
It was because she was laughing at the joke?
No, apparently, like, after you get a heart attack, your voice gets higher. So when she came out, she sounded like this.
No, what I mean was, like, did she catch a heart attack because she was so hurt by the remarks?
Yes.
Yeah, they made her super upset. I think she already had heart problems.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
That's not necessary.
Y'all Philly kids are savages.
No, there's a difference between that and calling out a teacher for their hard nipples. There's a difference between She's making my shit sound PG-13 compared to
my middle school was a war zone, and we were one of the better middle schools in Philly.
That's saying something. That's crazy. Gave her teacher a heart attack. Best school in Philly. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Edison was a literal war zone. That shit was great. Wait, did I say Edison? I meant Roberto.
Roberto, yeah.
Even though Edison was a war zone, fighting with every single school back in like 08, 09.
That wasn't even me.
Ridiculous, yo. Y'all would come in droves. Y'all came like it was a gaggle of niggas in white and khaki pants.
A gaggle.
Yo, so let me tell you how Esperanza, they like try not to use Google. I don't know. They were like straying away from Google. I don't know why. Maybe they wanted to cut a check or something. I don't know what it was. But in all our computer labs, they were like, "Yo, this is our new emails or whatever," and it was like O.E. Hernandez at gaggle.net or something. Yo. And when you looked up the search web, which is the Gaggle search, I don't even know if it's still a thing. You would just see it looked like an Aflac duck, but I think it was a goose, and it was just like in the G. So I'm like, what type of... So I was like, yo, what type of bootleg ass? Y'all can't even afford the real Google. Apparently Gaggle... Yeah, pause it.
Go ahead.
But yeah, we were working with Gaggle, and like I don't know what it was. I don't even remember what it was anymore. It looks like a program for kindergarten to 12th grade. I don't know. But either way, it was a gaggle of niggas in the computer lab on their Gaggle accounts, looking up shit on Gaggle. I forgot where I was going with this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was just Gaggle.
Because you was referencing like Edison coming over to the school.
Right, a gaggle of niggas. That's right. Yeah, right. But But yeah, y'all was fighting with every single school back in like, I'm going to say like 08, up to like maybe 11 or 12.
Man, I didn't really care about all that. I heard about the wars and shit, but I didn't even care. Like,
it was way before my time. Yeah,
I'm just sitting there like, man, I just want to eat my chicken patty.
Right.
I just want to eat my chicken patty, go to art class, and go home. I don't care about who's fighting who.
Yo, it's Friday. I ain't trying to hear y'all bullshit. Don't involve me in no bullshit. Just give me my motherfucking pizza.
I already got an F in my math class. I just want to go home.
I ain't with the shits, okay? Leave me alone.
That's terrible.
But yeah, but our high school was zero tolerance too, and it was so zero tolerance when Edison came over with a gaggle of niggas looking to do some damage. Our NTAs or whatever you want to call them, security guards, whatever you call them in high schools, they would go outside and go down the block away from school property to try to stop the kids in Esperanza from fighting. So that's pretty, not much conflict.
What was wrong with y'all?
Huh?
What was wrong with y'all?
What do you mean, y'all?
Esperanza. You guys supposed to be like the cool Christian kids?
The cool Christian kids.
That's what Esperanza was. I ain't trying to hear that. And y'all here fighting with us.
I'm appalled because I ain't hear nobody trying to force no bullshit about Christianity on me. I put my tie on one hand.
We're going to fight you in the name of the Lord. We throw fists in the name of the Lord.
This is the Holy Crusade, sir. And you're about to get blessed with these fists. About to cast these holy hands, boy. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna say that that's wrong, because why else would they have us dressed in sweater vests and ties?
Little Mr. Rogers is. Hey neighbor.
Penny loafers.
Penny loafers.
It was alright though. That school was alright. It got worse after we left. After 2011, 2012, apparently it got worse.
Yeah, the same thing with mine. Like I said, graduated.
It was just bad, period. But yeah.
Once Dr. Jose LeBron left, they said
Jose LeBron. Damn.
They said Edison went to shit. Once I seen, because Edison was on the news after like the first few years after 06, because kids were stealing computers from the computer.
Yeah, I heard.
I want to know how that looked. All right, bye. And just carried out there.
Look, where'd they go? Didn't Edison have metal detectors?
We did, man. But I think they, during our time between 02 and 06, I think they put them to the side after school. So I guess anybody could just waddle off with a computer.
Just nothing but ass and computer keys.
Somebody in my school did that and he sold it online.
Ooh, fucking
Savage.
But
probably got caught.
They had the tracker thing.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, and somebody who works in my school, I think someone stole her phone and it had her credit card and like her ID and stuff in it. And
that's what happens when you buy those cases that act like a wallet. You lose your phone, you lose everything.
And I think they sold it too.
That's
damn.
And the kids in my high school didn't play because they had zero tolerance on everything, so we had to release our violent ways somehow. And then
do you think zero tolerance is keeping kids' aggression pent up?
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. In Esperanza, whenever there was a fight, there was only 2 fights in the 4 years I was there, and those 2 fights were talked about for the rest. Those were legacies. Like yo, those were whenever someone was like, "You remember that fight? Yo, you talking about the one 3 years ago?" Yeah, there was only 2 fights ever.
I only remember 2. I mean, Edison had plenty of fights. Cause
I was about to say, you can make a whole fight comp.
Edison was known for their fights. But
but CCP?
Oh.
That shit sounded like juvie.
CCP or CEP?
CEP.
Community college, they get down like that?
Yo, dog, after my English 202, I'm about to 202 your ass back to school. 2-piece, you will have 0 consciousness. Number 2-piece, you will get.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to say now. Shit.
You got hit with that 202.
Right, fighting. Yeah. Oh, there's like 2 fights I remember. I'm not going to name drop because I do remember them. But it was 2 guys fighting over a girl.
Always.
And the girl, the guy, one of the guys was Michael. I'm not going to say his last name. And I forgot the other guy's name, but the girl's name was Jeannie. And they were fighting, and it was funny as crap because everything was going normally in the cafeteria.
Right.
Everybody's eating. Everyone's just like,
Was it pizza day?
I don't know, but everyone's eating peacefully. The next thing you know, you just look to the side. All you see is. And it took like maybe 5 seconds for people to realize.
Right.
Holy! and Michael was pounding the shit out of the kid. And I'm just like,
right. Yo, that was premeditated. If everybody was just all peaceful, all you heard was eating around the table.
You like 5 seconds.
And all of a sudden,
and you heard them smacks.
That's crazy.
And the other one, and I give her so much respect. It was a girl named Dorothy. I don't know where she at. God bless her, wherever she's at. She was one of the toughest girls in Edison. Because I remember one time we was like going to our last classes. Everyone's in the hallway.
Right. She got jumped.
Excuse me.
Damn.
She had got jumped by 4 girls.
Damn. Beat all the asses.
Yeah, you just see Dorothy.
Ariel.
You just see Dorothy grabbing one hair. Whack! The other one. And I think what made it worse for them was that Dorothy always wore rings.
Oh, damn.
So she's just like,
right.
Matt! And I'm not the type to instigate first, but in my head I'm like, go Dorothy, go. Kick their ass.
Right.
Because Dorothy was a sweetheart, but she did not play.
Right.
But I just remember that image always stuck in my mind, just like. Obviously, I'm doing it a lot slower, but she was doing it a lot quicker.
Right.
It was funny, but at the same time, it's so impressive. Because Dorothy had friends that could help her, but they couldn't get to her because everybody was like crying out how it is when a fight is.
Yeah,
so Dorothy's just like,
this
shit
Right. No, there was no phones in Edison, right?
No.
This
I mean, there was phones, but there was no World Star.
Now that we're on fights and shit, World Star kind of ruined everything. You can't have a fight, an altercation, nothing without it being on the internet. Because that shit ruins. That shit will ruin you.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, I think World Star can actually pay you if you give them something.
If it goes viral now.
They don't do fight comps no more, but the damage is already done. Fight comps was their thing. That was their bread and butter for years. But that's the thing, like.
Because with World Star and hip hop.
People, right. But the thing is, people now, you know, like I said, internet's a fucking terrible thing. Like, people, you know, want to do nothing but argue and whatever and look for clout. Now if somebody's fighting, there's times where people have died.
Yeah.
And what people did, record it.
Yeah.
If we're talking about fighting, like in the old days, you got caught recording, you got your ass beat. I'm not lying, you got your ass beat.
I mean, back then, when they were,
so it was just like the transition. Like
if you looked at TV late at night, sometimes it would show infomercials about real street brawls on DVD.
You know what? That's exactly what I'm about to say. You remember that kid, right? The bum fights.
Yeah.
I think that's what kind of started it.
Most likely.
Because this was before, like, you know, everybody had a phone with a. This is probably. Yeah, exactly. Because this is before phones had cameras. So ever since that happened, it was just like, oh shit.
And then
which again is a double-edged sword because there's a lot of things that we wouldn't know about today if phones didn't have cameras.
Then you had those famous fighters like Kimbo Slice, God bless him.
That's true.
He got famous for being a street fighter, then he transitioned to the octagon.
It's a double-edged sword. Shit's crazy.
That's why a lot of people in my high school got kicked out. They used to say, meet around the corner in front of the corner store. But there was this one time, it was when I was a freshman, we had our first graduating class because my school was only like 8 years old. And there was these 2 girls, they were seniors, and there was probably like 3 weeks before graduation, and they ended up fighting outside. And like the dean of students, mind you, my dean of students is this 5'2" black man. Very skinny, very short. And he goes out there to try and stop these girls. They're probably like my height fighting. And he got punched in the face really hard. Because he tried breaking up the fight.
You know what? That reminds me, there was another fight I remember, man.
You're welcome.
Outside, school's dismissed. 2 kids are fighting, right? And while they're fighting, this one guy thought he was going to jump in and save his friend, right? He jumps in, gets hit, runs right out. It was it was the smoothest transition. Like, yo. And he was doing like the Naruto. Like, Like his whole body was leaned forward.
If you if you doing an Naruto run trying to help your friend, you deserve to
No,
that.
leaving the fight.
Oh, damn! They turned him into an anime character.
Because he's just like jumping down the steps.
Right.
Yo, that's my.
That ain't my nigga no more.
That was funny as shit. But we're just crossing the 1 hour 20-minute mark.
We should end it here.
So we should end it here. So, I don't think, again, I don't know how it works. I don't know if you guys can leave commentary, but if you can, go ahead. If you want us to get in contact with me and Oscar, bizarrevibespodcast@gmail.com.
Lit.
You can catch up with me on Twitter. Both of us actually on Twitter. I'm at BTH_215.
And I am Brugal Bastard, all lowercase, if that matters.
And I don't know if Enola, you want to give out your...
BRUGAL.
Because if people
Bastard.
come at me, I show no mercy.
Come at
on
me,
Twitter.
please do. Make it fun.
I don't show no mercy on Twitter, so no. I
So-
also give out my address if people want to fight. But anyways.
If you have a hard time finding Oscar under Brugal Bastard, he's also known as Ashy Ankles.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you later.
Until next time.
Oh no.
Keep it in.
It's not stopping. Why is it not